What's up, Spud Nation? We are here live at the Real Shot in Oshkosh. If you haven't checked it out, it's a great hunting, fishing, outdoor spot, and obviously a sweet lounge area. Oh, yeah. Look at these nice chairs, nice couches, and we are here. Bassmaster Elite Series rookie Travis Manson. We're back.
Hey.
Thanks for taking the time out.
Sure.
I've been here for a while. This dude is busy. So we're going to get right to it, man.
Okay.
We are going to talk about, last time you were on the show, where were you headed to?
I was heading down to Florida.
Headed down to Florida.
It's supposed to be warm down there, 80s, all week, you know, no problems.
Take us through your trip, man.
Okay, well, if you ever get stuck in Nashville at midnight in a snowstorm, don't try to drive to Chattanooga. It's not going to be a pretty sight.
You running into a lot of snow?
Oh, yeah, a lot of issues. That big ice starting to hit Atlanta. I got stranded in Atlanta for a day or two. It threw me off guard a little bit. A lot of those guys down south don't have a clue what they're doing. I've lived in Wisconsin all my life, and I've never seen a snowplow in the ditch before. I've seen 3 snowplows down south in one night in the ditch. These are the guys that are moving the snow for you in the ditch.
Now, was it any worse than a Wisconsin snowstorm?
No, not at all.
No, just a normal day in Wisconsin?
Just a normal day in Wisconsin.
We're a little tougher breed, I guess.
Yes, we are. I figured that out.
All right, well, keep going. What else happened?
Well, we got a little bit of practice in on some of the Elite Series events that are coming up in March. So I was on the St. Johns River, did a little scouting for probably 3 or 4 days, learned a bunch, got some good areas. And, you know, generally what I like to do is get down there and just get accustomed with the surroundings. You know, where's the hotels I'm staying at? Where's the boat launches? You know, how's the terrain set up? You know, this and that. So when I come down and actually only have a few days of practice, I actually know what I'm going to be doing and have a good idea of a map laid out already.
So this is for events that you're going to partake in later on this summer?
Correct. Yep.
All right.
Yep. Actually, in March next month, we'll kind of talk about that. But so I did the St. Johns River, checked that out. Then I went down to the Harris Chain. Same deal. Scouted, looked around, caught a few fish, and then I actually competed in the Southern Open down there. Okay. Well, this is a big deal.
All right.
I'm getting jacked up for this thing. I'm heading down there. No snow's going to stop me. You know, we're going to get there and just get a big old bag of bass in the boat. You know, I figured it'd be that easy. Unless it's Florida.
Hey.
You know, there was some cold temperatures. The fish were scattered in certain areas, potted up big time in others. So it was definitely a huge learning experience for me. I came out of that event with a really good learning experience. Unfortunately, without a check or even anything to brag about, I just kind of want to crawl underneath the table for that one.
Well, going in as a rookie, man, I mean, it's great to go in there all hyped up, expecting to conquer the world, but you're walking away with learning experience.
Right.
And obviously that's what these events are for. As a rookie, everyone wants to win. I get it. But you're going to take this as a stepping stone. This is the first time, and you're going to build on this, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I learned so much down there. A lot of key things, you know, it was Lake Toho, Kissimmee Chain. Everybody that said the fish are going to move up on Toho first, spend your time there. And this is just, you know, information I'm getting. Maybe my sources aren't as good as I thought.
Right.
However, a lot of the sight fishing, a lot of the big fish came on Kissimmee. I never even went to Kissimmee through the whole event for practice. So, you know, I got my excuses, but the bottom line is I didn't put them in the boat, and I couldn't find them. You know, I had a couple good days in practice, fishing offshore, some deep scattered hydrilla. I was working a rattle trap through that, working some finesse baits, finicky tickler, just some small finesse worms, and doing decent, getting a good weight, something I felt proud of and could build upon. I left that area alone, went shallow the rest of the event, trying to find fish that were, because right now it's transition time. They're moving up to spawn. Okay, they want to lay eggs, build nests, and big fish move up and do that in the shallow once that water temp hits a certain mark. And that's what I was counting on. However, I couldn't get anything going shallow, so day one, I went to my deep area. I fished it hard till about 11 o'clock or noon. There was about 5 or 6 boats in there, and none of us caught a fish. I bailed I went shallow, panicked, didn't know, not being a local or familiar with that lake. I wasn't quite sure where they were going to move up first. So I kind of just, fished fast, trying to hit different areas and put something together. I just couldn't do it.
So for those of you who are like me,
that had no clue what I just
no clue. He's spitting it out in fisherman terms, and you can't blame him. So when you're talking fishing fast, obviously, little did I know, there are different strategies to fishing tournaments. That's why these people go and they pre-fish and they practice, right? This is practicing their fishing. So he's fishing fast, you're bouncing from spot to spot, right?
Yep.
Now, in an actual tournament day, what time do you is there a time frame you get to go out there? Is there like an 8-hour day?
Sure, we got, in this event there's there might have been over 200 boats in it. Everyone has different flights. So flight is a section of boats. So flight 1 might be boat 1 through 25.
Okay.
Line them up, you leave at 7 o'clock and they go down one after another, okay, until all 200 are gone.
And for those of you who have not seen these boats, this is when you get to show off your engines, right?
Right.
You get to go out there and you just light them up and you get out there as fast as you can, right?
Yeah, I got a Mercury Pro XS on the back of my Triton, and it runs fast.
All right. What's the speed on that sucker?
On a good day, we're pushing upper 70s, mid 70s, right around there.
That's pretty fast on the water.
It is fast.
All right.
It is fast. But then coming in, we each have different times when we have to check back in. So day 1, in my instance, I was like boat 180, so I was a later flight. I didn't have to come in until 5:15. I was the last flight to come in. There was guys already weighing in at 2 o'clock. Then the next day it reverses, so I get a shorter day the next day. So everyone has a fair amount of time each day for the event.
Is there a benefit to going in an earlier flight rather than a later flight?
Absolutely. There's in my case, I was glad I was a late flight because the water temps would warm up in the afternoon. I thought the fish would get more active and the fish may move up. There's other tournaments where I'm praying I get boat number 10 because I got one certain area that I know may be a hot area or a community hole or a spot where a guy can go and stop and get a fish or two, and you want to be able to get to that spot. So I was glad to have a long day, but obviously it just didn't pan out.
It happens. So those flights are randomly selected?
Yep. Okay. Randomly selected at the meetings the night prior.
All right. Now, I hate to backtrack a little bit, but you told me a sweet story on your travels there. Tell me about the police escort, man.
Oh,
I think that's awesome. You got to tell the world about this. This is pretty cool.
Well, I'm stuck on a off ramp. Well, they closed down the highway heading into Chattanooga, and just like that, they shut the highway down. So it was just me and about 80 other truckers. And we pull in off the off-ramp, and it's snowing. There's so much snow up there coming down, and we're just kind of staging. Well, I pulled over, and I was just hoping I had enough gas so I could idle long enough before they opened it up. Finally, they got the highway open probably about 2 hours later. And, I'm kind of in line waiting. None of the sun guys are moving, so this cop comes out and saw that I posted something on Facebook, tells his buddy, says that you're up here. He goes, well, these truckers are just sleeping. He goes, what we're going to do is we're going to drive down the off-ramp. I'm going to turn my sirens on, wake these guys up, and you can get out of here. So
nice.
So we cleared the way. I got on the road. It wasn't long. Those semi-drivers caught up with me.
Really?
And, oh, man.
They just give her, huh?
Yeah, they know how to drive. I was just like, oh, here comes another one. Just steady and slow. But we got through it.
All right.
Yep.
So what is next in line for Travis Manson?
Okay, I leave next week to practice again on Toledo Bend, which is an event coming up in April. Then we have the Bassmaster Classic. Encourage everyone. This is like Super Bowl weekend here. Well, we got our Super Bowl coming up in 2 weeks down in New Orleans.
Okay.
The best of the best will be there. Huge expo. I mean, this is it. This is where, this is the Super Bowl bass fishing down in New Orleans. ESPN's going to be airing live coverage. They got a bunch of hours devoted to it. So if you're new, wanting to learn a little bit more about the sport, this is going to be the event to tune into. It's great. I love it. I look forward to it every year. One of these years I'll be fishing in it.
So you're not fishing in it this year?
Not fishing in it this year. I missed it by 2 points this year. So 2 spots. And then from New Orleans, I'm heading straight down to Florida to put some time in and then start the elite event in March.
Very busy man, busy schedule. Is that what a fisherman's life is like? I mean, you're traveling all over the country, and it seems like it's nonstop, one tournament to the next.
Yep.
And if you're not in a tournament, you're practicing. So that's basically your life, isn't it?
Yeah, it's prep work for your trips while you're back home. I mean, I thought maybe when I found out I was going to fish the elites back in September, I thought maybe I'd have a week or two of relaxation. That's not the case. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. You know, dealing with different people and the vendors, and you know, actually getting TRS up and going, and working here has been a fun challenge. I mean, it's been keeping me busy. You know, as you see, when we stopped in today, we had a lot of people are coming in and talking about it, and wanting to talk to me a little bit more about the bass side of things. So that's been keeping me busy. I love doing that.
Right.
You know, fans out there on Facebook, you know, continue with the messages. I'm trying to get back to you guys as much as I can, and I will. You know, I mean, just I love interacting that way. You know, if you got some hot tips and some hot baits, let me know. I'm all ears.
He's a good guy. Hit up his fan page. You still pushing for that?
Oh yeah, we're still doing that.
Okay.
In fact, you know, I don't want to make the announcement just yet, but we got some interesting things coming up in the future with Facebook, with my website, with just the general media and the Elite Series surrounding my adventures. So we'll probably learn a little bit more about that coming up in the future.
And the website address is?
TravisManson.com.
Pretty simple.
Very simple.
Go hit it up. Can they interact with you on your website? What do they get at your website?
Oh, at my website, which is currently under construction, okay, right now.
Yep.
You just get a little idea of what's going on, a little bit of background on myself. But right now, the main thing is going to be Facebook. That's where you're going to get a lot of information.
Sure. Easy. Can access it. Can
Right.
talk to everyone you want.
Talk to everyone I want. If I get stuck in a snowstorm, I'm on it.
and the police will find you.
There you go.
All right.
Perfect.
Any other sponsors you want to thank? Any new sponsors entering your life?
You know,
Anything like that?
we got all that wrapped up. You know, I'm still very fortunate to have TRS as my title sponsor, JJ Keller Fishing Team, Power Team Lures. Man, these baits, anyone in the bass world right now that has an idea that's used plastics before, I encourage you, you got to pick some of these baits up. I am so jacked about them. So jacked. We got a tank here at TRS, and I'm showing customers every day the action and what they can do underwater, and it's been an amazing response that we're getting. So you got to check it out.
Are they a new company?
They're about a year or so old now. Out of Virginia, they're new, but they're so innovative, and you just got to check them out.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
All right.
We'll keep in touch with Travis Manson. He'll come back, a couple wins under his belt, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Hey, just get those fish in the boat.
That's right.
Do your thing.
How hard can it be to catch 5 fish in one day, you know? That's all we're asking for.
Pretty hard. I couldn't do it, I'm sure.
Right.
Thanks again for stopping by. Till next time.